Alrighty guys, hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about whether you guys should pull for Millenia, or Millenia, however the hell you say it. Okay, so now guys, some really important things. I'm not going to be making this decision for you. I'm just going to kind of give you the information about some things to consider, some things to keep in mind about with the character, and then you can make an informed decision based off what you have on your account to decide whether you want to pull for her or not. Okay, so the first thing you need to ask yourself is what do you already have on your account? Because there are other characters upcoming after Millenia that you could need more. For example, Pickles, Tooth Fairy, those kind of ones that could be more useful to your account. So, let's just go over to the Private page and take a look at Millenia, or Millenia. So, she is a mental beast type, so her element is beast, and she's a burst DPS basically. So I'm just going to quickly read over what her skills do, and then you guys can make an informed decision about kind of her kit, and then we're going to go over like things to consider if you have certain characters already and who's coming in the future. So her ultimate skill does 1 target attack, deals 650% mental damage, and inflicts 1 stack of Thief Master on the caster. Her first skill card at level 1 does 1 attack. The first skill card, Exploit Opening, does 1 target attack, deals 200% mental damage. If the caster is in Thief Master status, this attack steals 1 Moxie from the target. So if you guys don't know what Moxie are, they're the little charges, ultimate charges on the enemy that you'll steal 1 and add it to your own. And then you do, at level 2, you do 250% damage, and at level 3, you do 400% damage, and you get an additional steal from the Moxie. So, very good card overall. Then, the other skill card, Clockwork Rats. Mass attack, so an AoE, deals 120% mental damage to 2 enemies. This attack enjoys leech rate plus 20% if the caster is in Thief Master, Moxie plus 1 and extra leech rate plus 30% for the caster. So this attack is very good, and it scales as you can see here as well. But the reason this is really good is she's just a good character overall for generating ultimate charges and getting to it really quickly, while also dealing a bit of sustain for herself and doing a good amount of damage too. So for example, as long as you got your ultimate up, you're basically stealing Moxie on 1 card from the enemy, and then you're generating Moxie on the other one if you're in Thief Master. So the goal with this character is to get her ultimate up as quickly as possible. Like, ideally if you can, literally first turn, just use all her cards and get some levels on them if you can. If not, in the second turn, and then you basically just want to be spamming high level ones of these so you can generate more Moxie and just constantly be using your ultimate and stay in Thief Master as much as you can. This means that she's going to be a very strong burst damage dealer. So basically there'll be times where you're doing massive amounts of damage, it'll be a slight downtime, and you'll pick it back up once you get the Thief Master up again. For this reason alone, she's going to be very strong, but she also has some good insights as well basically. So, at Insight 1, after the caster casts an ultimate, gains 1 stack of Fixed Plan. And if you want to know what Fixed Plan does, basically it says down here, ultimate power increased by 12%. Basically, she gets damage buffs. And in addition to that, it's stackable up to 6 times, and the key thing here that's really good, it cannot be dispelled, which is insane. So just basically just getting massive amounts of ultimate damage buff, which is already pretty good considering her ultimate does 650% damage, and she's going to be using it a lot because you're going to be getting a lot of Moxie from her skills. Then she has at Insight 2, she top student, she damage dealt plus 8% when the caster enters battle, so just a flat damage increase. And at Insight level 3, after the caster casts an ultimate, gives the caster 1 additional stack of Fixed Plan, which is very good. So basically, she casts her ultimate, gets 1 stack here, and then gets an additional stack here. So pretty much, every time you cast your ultimate in Insight 3, you're getting 2 stacks of this straight up, you just get 24% increased ultimate damage, and then you can use your next ultimate, and then it's going to be, she's just really good. She's going to be very good burst DPS. And then her portraits, I'm going to go over these really quickly, but most people aren't going to be really doing these, but if you are, they're here if you want to know what they do. So she basically, I'm just going to not really bother with these names, just explain the increases. So she gets 725% mental damage increase, additionally 1 stack of Thief Master, damage increase, basically just a bunch of damage increases. But if you're going to target one, if you are going to be summoning for duplicates, the key one here is going to be the level 2 one. This is basically just going to give you an additional stack Thief Master when you use Ridiculous Eyewitness Testimony, which is her ultimate skill. So instead of generating 1 stack of Thief Master, you're going to get 2 instead, which is pretty big. And her 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, which is her main 𝙀𝙀𝙉, is 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉. This is going to be very, very good because this will be purchasable in the event shop, meaning you'll be able to get a free copy of this 6-star 𝙀𝙀𝙉. Sorry, I think I said light cone at first. Sorry, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Anyways, you'll be able to get the copy of this for free, which is really, really good. Just ridiculously good. Just straight up. She also has some good base stats as well, so she's going to be very, very good there. The other thing you got to take into consideration is we've got a few upcoming characters. So if we just quickly bring those up, we've got Tooth Fairy, Pickles, and I think those were the main two, and Changeling. So these three are the upcoming future characters. I'm just going to really, really briefly explain what they kind of do, but I'm going to do more dedicated videos on each of these. But basically, Tooth Fairy is a healer, debuffer, and purifier. Pickles is a DPS support dispeller, and Changeling is a poison DPS. So this is where it comes into play with what you have on your account, because basically what we're deciding between, all of these are coming within like the next 2 patches. So the current patch upcoming in the next few days, and the future patch after that, which will be 1.2. Now the reason we're going to decide is maybe you won't be able to have enough currency to pick up all 4 of them, so you're going to pick which ones you kind of want for your account. So this is where you want to come in here and look at what roles things have. So for example, let's use my account as an example, and you can kind of like adjust my train of logic and look at things. And yet again, always keep in mind, this is a guideline. If you want a character, pull the character. Simple as that. This is a game about having fun. It's a single player game. You don't have to be competitive. Just pull what you want to play. But if you do care about the meta, this is where we go with things. So as you can see, I have 2 main DPSs that I've built at the moment. I have Lilia and 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉. One of these is a star unit, and the other is a plant unit. If we take a look at the upcoming units that are DPSs, which is Millenia, she is a beast unit. So it's a different DPS damage type, which is always good to have, because you want to try and have as many damage types so you can be strong against enemies as possible. However, if you already have 2 DPSs, maybe it's a better idea to save for potentially better healers, debuffers, purifiers, or supports, if you already don't have those roles. See, it's just about what you have. So for example, I have Beacorn and Voyager, which are already 2 really good support characters, and I also have Medicine Pocket, which is a really good healer. Technically speaking, I have all the key things I need for 2 really good teams. If I really want to, I don't need to summon. I can just build these teams fully, and then I can just not worry and just pick up the things I want. Basically, I have the option and the luxury of just kind of choosing of like, oh, I need Millenia. I want Pickles. I don't want Pickles, but I want Changeling. Kind of like I can choose, because I kind of already have the key things to set up 2 teams. I also have other units as well that I can use. I've got like Bloom Party for a secondary healer. I've got Baby Blue for I think it's a mental damage debuffer. Yeah. So this is the key thing. You just got to figure out what you don't have and what you need and want to get. So say for example, if you only have 1 DPS at the moment currently, Millenia might be a better choice for your account over something, say for example, Tooth Fairy, when you already, say for example, if you already have 2 healers. So I have Medicine Pocket and Dyke. These are my 2 healers for now, but I've also got the option of like Bloom Party and some other choices of healers if I wanted to use them. So I'm probably not going to be going for Tooth Fairy. I might try, just because I want more characters, but something like, for example, Pickles would be a better choice for me for a future character to pick, or Changeling. So let's quickly take a look at the tier list so you can kind of figure things out and decide for yourselves as well. So I'm just gonna, actually hold on, are they on here? Okay, no, this only shows current. Alright, so I'm just going to show the CN characters as well. Just ignore most of the characters that you don't recognize here. But the ones that we are essentially getting are Changeling, Pickles, and where is Millenia? So Millenia, so she's down here. So, actually, sorry, I gotta toggle this to late game, sorry. So Millenia's here, Pickles is here, and Changeling is here. So this is what I'm talking about. If, say for example, you're in my situation where you already have a 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, obviously Changeling is a better plant unit than 𝙀𝙓𝙋, but I don't necessarily need to go for a plant DPS, being she's a poison DPS. Now she's going to be really good, and obviously she's better than 𝙀𝙧𝙃, but I don't necessarily need it because I already have a plant. I would say that it's more important to have one of each element for a main DPS for certain types of content. So for example, I'm lacking a 6-star beast unit for a DPS. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up going for Millenia. The other area that I could really use is a mineral support character, so I'm probably going to go with that. However, I'm probably not going to grab Tooth Fairy because I already have Balloon Party and I already have Medicine Pocket. And this is the other thing as well, I already have Voyager and 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙿, so technically I don't even need to go for Pickles. But I want him because, you know, it's freaking Pickles, he's a dog, he's cute as fuck, like, come on, seriously. But this is what I mean, you just gotta take a look at what's on your account, take a look at the units that are coming in the different patches, they're signified here on the tier list by their numbers, and just kind of figure out, based off the tier list, if you want to go for meta, what you already have, and then what you should be aiming for. Yet again, I'm just going to use my account as an example. I already have Druvius, probably not going to be going for Changeling. Instead, I'm going to go for Millenia because I need a Beast unit. And I'm probably not going to be going for Tooth Fairy because I already have both these healers. I haven't built Balloon Party yet, but I can. And I don't necessarily need to go for Pickles, but I'm going to because I want him. But I don't need him because I already have 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 and Voyager. And this is kind of where I'm going with things. Another example is in the support category, if you have like 𝙀𝙀𝙀 and Baby Blue, you probably don't need to go for Pickles, but yet again, go for Pickles because he's a dog. And also, out of all the units, Pickles is one of the better units as well. He's very, very good in the late game. So regardless, just take a look at what you've got in your account. I recommend coming to this tier list page, clicking all the kits of the characters, reading what they do, and then kind of figuring out which ones you need and which ones you don't need based on what you have. And a few things to keep in mind, yet again. Make sure you have at least one of each element for certain things. So for like DPSs, you need multiple elements. For supports and survival characters, it's not as important. But I'd really recommend trying to have 4 elements, or all 4 of the elements for your different characters for DPS, but also trying to make sure that you have ones that do a mixture of reality and mental damage. So for example, Millenia, God, why do I keep getting that wrong? Millenia does mental damage. I have, as example as well, have Lilia, she does reality damage. So you want to try and have the right kind of things for your DPSs, and you're going to need these for the somnambulism, whatever the hell it is. For these, later on when you get into the limbo stages, these will be the stages will be resetting every week, or every fortnight, sorry. And having good variety of damage dealers can help, but you also want to make sure you have a good set of support stuff as well. Because you want 2 DPS, 2 support, and then 2 healers, all sustains ideally. And yeah, guys, that's really kind of it. I know that's a bit of a lot of information to kind of offload, but I just kind of recommend picking and choosing and planning out your units, especially if you're going to be free to play. If you're whaling, obviously this video is not for you. It does not matter in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, just really make sure you're checking over things and making sure you're picking up the right stuff for your account. And also, yet again, if you want the character, you don't care about meta, just get the character. You want Pickles? Like, look at this boy. He's a good boy. You can't say no to Pickles. Everyone needs to get Pickles. If you don't get Pickles, what are you doing? Like, bruh. Like, look. Oh, it doesn't zoom in. Okay, I was gonna like zoom in. He's a cute boy. You need to get Pickles. Anyways, guys, that's all for today's video. I hope this information was helpful. I'm gonna be pulling for Millenia because I kind of need a beast unit for my account, and then I'm probably gonna be going for Pickles when he comes out too, and I'm probably gonna be maybe skipping these 2, but I might decide to pick up one eventually. Anyways, guys, hopefully you all found today's video helpful, and the information helps you decide what you want to go for upcoming characters. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
After all, Elio didn't put it in the script. Why would it matter?
Bon.